This video and all content is made possible by our Patreon subscribers. For $3 a month, you can help keep the lights on here at From North to Wharf. Thank you for your ongoing support. And if you would like your own From North to Wharf merchandise, head to fromnorthtowharf.threadless.com.
Hey everybody, welcome to an all-new episode of From the Great North to Wonder Wharf, your one-stop destination for bento box information. As always, I am JB,
I'm Adam, sitting in for Mike.
and this is Zen Master Flash, also known as Adam. And yeah, we're here to just talk about new episodes that came out, and just kind of go over like last-minute news and stuff before we hit the holidays officially with Christmas Eve starting tomorrow. So we appreciate you guys always coming out. Especially, I know it's super close to the holidays and everyone could be wrapping gifts or doing other things. So we always appreciate when you guys pop in and say hey. So good to see you, AJ, Christine. Nice to see you. And really, I mean, we only have the one episode to kind of talk about because it's the only new one that was on, which is, of course, the Great North season premiere for season 5. And it was a doozy to start off with. So we have a couple things to go over with like news and stuff. The winners for the Santas officially, Todd has taken. I believe he sent those out. Those over on Blue Sky. If you were one of the winners, the 4, he sent those out, I believe. So they should be on their way, if not already there. We sent out our calendars for the winners for that contest, and it looks like they all received them. So good job, USPS, on getting those done. I'm still waiting on a poster that I ordered on November 4th.
Who knew?
Dude, it's a saga. It's literally, I have the tracking number and I'm trying to watch it right now.
I got lucky. The few things I had to order, I did pretty early, so they all got in.
This was on eBay, and it's not really newsworthy, but like it is a Hawk and Chick limited print run poster that was done for the Bob's Burgers art show. It was the one that's on your T-shirt, Adam. It's
Oh, I
that
love that.
one, and it's done, and he has photographic proof, which I mean, I could get Keisuke to sign it, but Keisuke signed it, Lauren signed it, the artist signed it, and then also Susie signed it.
Oh, I'm
So
jealous.
Hawk, Chick, Lauren, and the artist all signed it, and I was like, oh, that's amazing! Can't wait to get that. And I only got it for like $20, so this is great, and it's authenticated, so this is awesome.
That's
And
amazing.
yeah, I was like, I have a spot. Literally, it's going to go right over there on that wall. And still waiting for it.
Should I show off
It's,
my print that I got from Keisuke?
yeah, go for it. It's kind of disappointing. Its journey has been epic though, much like Hawk and Chick. That's the feudal Japan one that Mike's buddy Chris made. It's super cool.
And he
It's
signed
Bob's
it to
Burgers. Yeah.
my daughter and I. I need to
Yeah,
hang
it's a
it
Bob's
now that I got it framed.
you do. It's a Bob's Burgers feudal Japan. Super cool looking. No, Mike again. Mike will be back next week for trivia, which is also part of news. So we'll talk about that in a second. But real quick to go over the recap for this poster. It started off in Burbank. It made its way all the way to Ohio, where it's supposed to be. Then they sent it back to Pasadena for I don't know why. And then it sat there for a little bit, and then they sent it to Indianapolis, then to Ohio, then to Indianapolis, then to Ohio, then to Pasadena, and now it is back. Well, it was in Columbus, and I was like, cool, I'm going to pick it up at the distribution center because I called them and made a claim and said, like, hey, like, I need it. Just leave it there and I'll pick it up. They disobeyed my order and sent it back to Indianapolis. So now it's sitting there because they're like, well, we're not running any more mails. So I'm like,
That's
well,
ridiculous.
it's been a month. I just want to hang it up. I'm really annoyed, and I don't know what shape it's going to be in.
Oh
So
yeah, that's a lot of extra travel.
I'm going to be very annoyed by that.
And Mel's got
So
something that's been at the post office since like November 11th,
yeah,
just sitting in a sorting facility.
that's what mine is. It just moves from facility to facility. So that is the journey of this Hawk and Chick saga. So hopefully by I don't know. I don't think it's going to be here before trivia. I would hope it's here before the 30th, but we'll see. If not, you guys will see it in 2025, fresh off
New
the
stuff for the new
Christmas
year.
stuff. Fresh for the new year. Um, but yeah, and other news trivia is happening next week. It'll be on Monday, right before New Year's Eve. We'll be doing Bob's Burgers Christmas trivia, so you should be fresh up on all your Bob's Burgers Christmas episodes, which Hulu does a pretty decent job with the holiday episodes. They just add Thanksgiving to the mix, which I think they should just be separate, but it's fine.
Yeah.
It'd be very simple to do as well, like the candy cane car Christmas episodes, um, turkey in the toilet Thanksgiving episodes, and then the burger with the pumpkin carved or the pumpkin with the burger carved in. There we go. Would be Halloween. But I don't work at Hulu, so I don't know these things. But yeah, catch up. You know me and Mike are gonna make it not the easiest of trivia, so just be prepared, guys. It'll probably be a little more. We'll try our best to make it as accommodating as possible for everybody. Mike's off visiting mountains. He'll be like, I actually think he's not even in the mountains. I think that boy's in the Lone Star State, and I don't know what he's doing there, but he's there. I think the thing's
Being
trying to
warm.
release him. I'm hoping it's not beat up. I really do. It looks so nice. And like he took zoomed in pictures and stuff, so it looked in pristine condition, but who knows? And just to build up some hype around the trivia as well, we were talking about doing some cool stuff while we do trivia. There could be some things where we just like maybe give stuff out. Who knows? We'll see. We have some leftover things from Comic-Con that may need to go out. So we'll see. It could be some like Comic-Con little posters from Bob's and Great North. It could be maybe after the new year. We talked about New Year. New Year usually means you need new socks. We have two sets of Bob's Burger socks. So that could be a giveaway we do too. So we'll see. We will see. We also have, I'm trying to get a set of these plush danglers. I'm close. I'm very close. So if I get extras, maybe we'll do what we did next time, which is if I get an extra, I will literally just post it up and we will raffle it off.
I forget.
So
Do you
we'll
need
see what happens.
Mizuchi or melted Kuchi Kopi?
I think it's melted coochie. I actually might need both. So
Okay.
let me check.
I've
I got a
I've
list.
had them set
'Cause
aside
I
for you.
also perfect. So I have a list for those, and then I'm also working on these ones too. So we'll see. I think I may have a close to a set of these, but
I
we'll
don't have any
see.
extras of those.
I've got the pickles because I just put them on a Comic Con keychain every year, and I just kind of like load up the keychain with all of them. So I have the pickles done. I don't care about the keychain like the plastic ones, but I'm more about the plush ones.
Yeah, I'm
AJ,
not a fan of
where
the
is that
danglers.
brunch squash on the top shelf from? That is from Toddland. That is brunch squash. That was a staff gift, or was that a con
Oh, the pillow.
exclusive, Adam? Do you remember? Yeah, the pillow.
Yeah. No, I think Brunch Squatch was just a crew gift.
He shows up once in a while on eBay. Not often, though. That's why I think I got you one and you ended up getting me one, Adam. I think that's how it ended up working.
Yeah.
Same
Yeah.
thing with Chef Cat Box, essentially. I got it in a big, huge. I got the whole Kid Robot pin set up there. Someone was getting rid of their collection and downsizing it, so I was able to snag that for really cheap. And then he's like, "I'll throw in my Chef Cat box too." And Adam, well, that was one of his Grail pieces, so I hooked him up. And then someone was selling a Chef Cat box for $17. They're like, or best offer. So I just put up 15 and it went through for 6 days. So I got it for like $20 with shipping, and now the only one online is like $475.
Yeah, they're ridiculous. So I think,
No.
nope, there he is.
Oh, there he is, yeah. But yeah, he said throw that food away, it's gross. That cat food is definitely old and stale, but
Gotta
you
be
don't have to eat
so
it.
moldy in there.
It's not bad. He literally said it's meow mix,
Yeah,
or
it
if
has
he
so many
even said
preservatives. It's
yeah,
probably okay.
it's probably fine. It's probably
I
gonna
would
make it
need
really
it,
like
but
no. You can taste test it. It's so long as we are gonna try our best, Cello, to be blind friendly for trivia. We will try not to do as many of those. What's in this window or anything like that. I will try my best. I don't know if Mike will be able to handle himself, but he usually does. But that might be some stuff that we do. Todd has been sending out as much as he can with Cliffy's assistance. So Toddland is, I know he says he's shipping every day until Christmas Eve. If you're East Coast, I know they have shut down. Like tomorrow, I think is the last day things can show up, and then
I
after
just
that,
got the totes that I ordered last week.
because I just got one thing today for Christmas that was supposed to be here a couple weeks ago. So, but I know he sent that, and then I did get. Did you get it?
Yeah,
Yeah, I gotta watch it and see what he posted on it, but we'll see.
I've never
I
heard
was
that song
like,
before.
I was afraid to check it, so I have not checked it yet.
It's nothing bad. It's like a sweet little Christmas song.
Oh,
I don't recall ever hearing it before.
well, I'll have to check it out. But
It's a
yeah,
fun
this
little
is
animation.
Todd's friend's Christmas card. I always love that he literally puts in there, happy whatever.
Yep.
Because he's like, whatever you want
Whatever
to
you
celebrate,
celebrate.
it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. So I'm trying to think if there's any other news. As much as he will get that stuff out, he'll get it out as fast as he can. We also may have one more of these. Um,
That
I don't
Clintonville
get it.
internet, man.
Yeah, it's terrible. But yeah, we've got another one of these. It's probably going to go up. Maybe New Year's. We'll try to do another giveaway. So that'll probably be going up. The socks will probably be another giveaway too. Maybe Valentine's Day, you and your special person can have a set of socks. So we'll do something fun. We're trying to do little things, especially like when we are given stuff, we try to give it away because we're like, we've got tons. As you can see, it's I'm running out of space. So
Feel ya.
it's okay. Trying to think if there's anything else newsworthy that we should be talking about. No Bob's, no Crabopolis, no Universal Basic Guys this week. It was just the Great North. So we'll be talking about the new episode for season 5, which is super huge. We also have some amazing we were able to post some amazing clips this week just from friends and people just all around gathering and scraping the internet looking for stuff from the Great North. So it was super cool to see how everyone turned out for the show and how they really love the show and were able to find all kinds of cool little sketches and things. So it was just really cool. Um, so yeah, we'll definitely gonna get into that in just a minute. Trying to think if there's anything else we got to get into before we start off. We are gonna do a small news segment real quick called A Minute with Sam, and Sam runs the Lone Moose and Back Instagram page. If you're not following and you like the Great North, give Sam's page a follow. He posts every day, multiple times a day. He is like, if we're like one of the Bob's Burgers pages and bento pages, he is like the Great North guy. He is all about it, loves it. Um, he knows that show inside and out. So we'll start off probably with like just talking a little bit about the episode, and then we'll have Sam wrap things up and give his perspective and take on it. And maybe we'll talk a little bit about like what we shared with him and what we thought was different. And then we'll just kind of go from there. I feel like this episode will probably be kind of come as we go. We'll just kind of go with it, go with the flow, I guess, and see how it goes. Because really, there's only one episode to discuss. So we'll do that. Let's see what's going on with the comments here. Recently 10th episode production. Yeah, Matt Lawton's on. I saw his name on the show credits this week. Chris, you gonna hope not. Let's see here. Anyway, you guys remember Ian Hamilton? Yeah, I know who Ian is. Yeah. Well, he's
Have
gonna
you
be
seen
the
his
director.
Christmas decorations?
Hamilton? No, not
Yeah,
yet.
dude.
I'll take a look at it.
Christmas and Halloween, he goes
All out.
all the way, and I love it.
I mean, we'll see, Homer, with that. I mean, we know who wrote Wild Stallions. That's oh my goodness, why am I thinking of his name now? That's Brian's episode. So we'll see when that's gonna air. I know we talked about maybe having a watch party with him for that episode. And maybe that'll be something we can even have Ian on too to talk about production wise what it was like since Brian wrote it. And Liza's Aquatic Adventure last night. Yeah, we're gonna get into that. Let's go ahead and talk about the episode. So this is season 5, episode 1 for the Great North, and this is, as Homer pointed out, the Liza's Aquatic Adventure. It's a triptych, yet wily, and this is gonna be, honestly, I feel like this is a great start to the new season of the Great North. Um, I definitely now get what Wendy was talking about in our interview with them, with Wendy and Lizzie, where they were like someone is not going to be with us in season 5, and I think we got our answer to that. Yeah, it's kind of sad. And we all thought it was going to be someone, like maybe Aunt Dirt was going to leave, or one of them was just going to like, or Kathleen's just officially be gone, but it ended up just being something different altogether. So they didn't give anything away, but if you guessed Kathleen, you were sort of close.
Pretty close.
This internet with Clinton Bill is just driving me freaking crazy. Absolute garbage.
So
Supposedly our
weird.
cell tower is going to get fixed. I doubt it. They said it for 5 years.
I feel like you should have better internet than me. I'm out in the
you can.
country.
I mean, I'm literally 5 minutes away from a university. It should be like top speed fiber all the day. Um, I do know, Spectrum, I'm going to put you on warning. This keeps happening. We're going to switch because we did not have this problem with ATT fiber. So
Yeah, we have fiber optic, and it's amazing.
so it'll happen. You just keep testing it because it did this last week 2 or 3 times. It's already done it 4 or 5 times today. There's no weather issues going on. So unless Elon's deciding he's going to launch something else into space. So who knows? I hope Ham
Too
doesn't
many
break up.
Starlink satellites
No,
blocking the signal.
I don't think that's ever going to happen. I don't think Ham and Crispin are breaking up. We thought maybe Crispin would be going back to Detroit, and that was our guess with Wendy and Lizzie, one of them. So I don't think it's going to be that. I think it might be Ham gets lost because Ham's not street smart all the time, but I don't know. Ham has shown us that he can rise to the occasion, especially with the Bonesy episode, which if you guys haven't watched, season 4 of The Great North is spectacular. So I've been rewatching it a lot, especially on Hulu. The last like 7 or 8 episodes of season 4 are just phenomenal. And then the rest of it is great too, but especially that Bonesy episode is super, super fun. But let's get into last night's episode, our season premiere of season 5, and kind of see what you guys think about it. So, as we start things off, the Mighty Kathleen is not doing well. It's having a lot of repair issues and problems, especially below deck. You hear Beef literally just screaming like "damn it," and he's not happy. And the list is like a laundry list of things wrong with his boat. He can't
So
fish the
much.
whole weekend. Yeah, it's just not good. And he's like, this will be a whole family affair to fix it. He doesn't have the money to fix it. It's just like, it's just costing all these things. He's just all down on himself, which is not like Beef. So the family starts talking a little bit about how much the boat is kind of a nuisance. It's getting old. Even Honeybee's just like, it just needs to get put out of its misery, which, I mean, Honeybee is usually the more sensitive of the people, but she can be blunt, and she was pretty blunt. I do love Beef's comment where she's like, I overheard what you said about the Kathleen. And then they're like, really, Papa? And it's like, you guys
Uh-huh.
talk really, really loud. And he's like,
And I
no,
was
we
10 feet
don't.
away.
It's just like, no, you guys are loud.
Oh, it's loud.
But, exactly. So the interesting part about this whole story, though, is that the Tobins are kind of coming to terms, and this is similar with like Bob's in some ways, that like Gene is too sensitive and can't handle himself. It was kind of like the All House episode that we got this year. This was kind of like that where the Tobins have really sensitized Beef. That he can't manage things, he can't handle things when they change, he has a hard time adjusting to things. And I think if you only knew Beef from season like 1 and 2, that may be true. But I think Wendy and Lizzie, who wrote this episode, and Karen Hendahl, who directed it, really pushed this idea that like he's not that person anymore, and that he is changing a lot, and that he can be pretty flexible and understanding. But the kids, I think, have a really hard time wrapping their head around that, just like Louise did with Gene. So let's discuss the triptychs because we got 3 different stories about what happened to the mighty Kathleen, which we find out what really happened is the kids went on Saturday to take care of the boat and fix it up along with Honeybee. And they did fix up everything on the boat, but they forgot to tie it down.
Almost.
Almost.
There was
Well,
going to be
Moon
another
forgot to
day's work.
secure. Yeah, another day's work. It's true. But Moon forgot to secure the boat to the dock. Check the security. He thought he did, but he didn't check it. So it floated off to sea and most likely has been salvaged or scrapped and looted. So they have to figure out what are they going to tell Beef happened to this boat. And that's where we get our triptychs from Moon. Judy tries, but they say no. And then we also get one from Wolf. And then we get the final one from Honeybee, which I'm still trying to pinpoint what movie it is. I want to say it's Ponyo, but I'm not sure what it is. I've asked a few people on the show what exactly it's supposed to reference. Do you have any idea, Adam, or anybody out
No,
there?
I don't, but like as soon as I saw the animation, I immediately said that Studio Ghibli, but I could not
Yeah,
figure out like what
it,
it was from.
it looks like Ponyo. Like the boat looks like it's drawn in like a very like cranny kind of style.
Mhm.
It looks just like it. The vibe is much like it, like the boat's in a tank and like shoots water at Beef's face. It's like very much like Ponyo. But then it like turns into like the boat getting old and it kind of becomes like the giving tree. But I don't know. I asked Wendy and Lizzie and they haven't responded. And then I asked a couple people who animated the episode, like Mario and other people, if they knew, and no one has said anything yet.
Hmm.
So
Where's Mario hasn't gotten back?
we play as a waiting game. Yeah, Mario looked at it. Aaron saw it but didn't comment on it. He's probably asking if he can, which is fine. I don't want to get anyone in trouble. I was just curious. And then nothing from Wendy and Lizzie though. But it's okay. They are busy and they're loud. So we'll see if I can get confirmation, but I do think it's Ponyo, and I'm curious if anyone else thinks it is. The entire 4th season is great. Yeah, I agree, JZG. It's great. I love that in this episode, the last of the things that reminds them of their mother left in a great way. I do think it was a good send off to Kathleen. And like Wolf had his like little joke with her and his like triptych story. I think it was just nice. I think it was actually a great way to kind of send it off. Ding dong, damn it, definitely a Wolf comment. Totally. Something already tells me that I was probably a writer. Well, let's just wait and see who's writing what episodes. We know that she's also one of the writers along with Caroline, so we'll have to just see what happens. Also, we said Neptune's not stacked. Yeah, I do love the jokes and one-liners we're getting here. The end
I
of
did
the era
laugh
for
a
the
lot
boat.
during this episode.
I did too. There's a lot of good one-liners in
The,
this. Thought the
the
episode would
Neptune's
probably be
nuts had me right off the bat.
well. That like Yahoo, I kind of thought that too. I thought the triptych was going to be them like going to find the boat, and they just never did. They just left it. They're like,
They didn't
no,
try.
it's gone. Yeah, they're like, it's gone. So it was just very different than I thought it was going to go. Um, okay, no clue from Yahoo, but it does scream Ghibli. I agree it does. It reminds me of Infinity Train a little bit. Like a tinge of it did remind me of Infinity Train. So I'm curious if that's also part of it, or at least where the like idea of it comes from. But yeah, there's no confirmation yet. So once we know, we will post it. But I took lots of screenshots of that segment, and I was just like, this just screams Ghibli. Just from the like look of it, the eyes of it, the not harsh lines. It's very like appealing and like pleasing to watch.
It was.
So we'll just have to kind of see. And if you guys have guesses too, we'll probably post it tomorrow to be like, does anyone know or have any ideas what it's supposed to be? Let's see here.
Christina, I
Just
must have
watch
the same
Pony.
thought. I was expecting Beef to see it just floating as they were coming back.
Mhm. That's what I thought too. And then you're like, what happened to the boat? Or he was gonna tow it in
Yeah,
with like with that with her boat, but no, that just didn't happen. Then we have see, yeah, Ponyo with my daughter. She was an infant. Yeah, it's a great movie. I mean, it's colored in crayon. It looks so cool. Now I gotta find and watch it again. I own them on Blu-ray, so I can watch all the Ghibli stuff. I don't trust the Disney library. They're on HBO right now, but Ghibli gets shopped around between streaming services quite a bit. I'm trying to finish Boy and the Heron right now. It's a lot. Watched it like 3 times. So I'm like, there's just a lot going on. It's pretty freaking sad. Um,
Pixar.
what
Yeah,
like
see.
themselves the Viking funeral? Oh, light the boat on fire. Yeah, I kind of wanted there to be a lasting impression, but like, I also thought Honeybee was gonna go for like a memory thing with like all the boat memories with the kids. Like, she got married on that boat. I figured they were gonna go into that, and they didn't. I thought her story would be more Titanic-esque, but it turned out to be more Ponyo Ghibli vibes. So it could have went a bunch of different directions. But yeah, a Viking funeral for the boat would have been great, especially if he was like so long, old friend, and just lit it, and then they just like played some like amazing metal rock. Yeah, that'd
It
have
would have
been
been nice to
great.
see Beef shooting the
Oh,
arrow.
let's see. Mm-hmm. Or just it's a flare. Like the whole family just always constantly shooting flares off, and it's just like not one of us hit the boat. It's just like wow. I thought they would find the boat 30 miles away at the hotel. I actually was wondering if he was gonna wash up on shore. And he's like, my boat, and like it was gonna ruin his whole weekend trip. But I'm actually kind of glad it
Yes.
didn't,
It was nice to see him having fun with
because
Carissa.
he really, yeah, he had a good time. And like, I love the interaction he had with Carissa at the beginning, because he's like, what do you do? We're only 30 miles away from home. We could have very easily just stayed home. And she's like, beef, free towels, robes, slippers, soaps, the like mini bars. And he's just, and she's like, of course, like the doing it thing. And he's like, oh, you should have led with that one. And he's just like very happy, and he's having a good time. Like, this is great for him. And he's actually letting go. I think the idea of him going on this trip and having fun is almost like the metaphor for he's changing and he's like letting go of
Yeah,
Kathleen.
100%.
I don't think she has any sway over him anymore.
Now he's got his attention focused on
Uh,
Carissa.
And she works fine with him, perfectly fine. As much as I think everyone wanted Allison, I don't know if Allison would work. And I think as much, 'cause, I mean, they're married in real life. And it's just him and Tammy too, if
Oh
you're into
yeah.
Parks and Rec. And it'd be funny, and I think they would work as well too. But I do think it does work okay without it being Allison. We've seen them enough to be like, okay, there is tension there, and it totally would be a thing. But Allison's just in a different place than Beef is, and I think we kind of see it a little bit when they go up when she's like meeting. what's his name, Leviathan, to get married, and she's like, this isn't gonna work. But he even says like, I haven't dated anybody ever besides Kathleen, so and you dated a lot, so you kind of know what you want, and I really don't. So it makes sense he's just gonna figure that out. I thought it looked like a Pixar thing. A little bit. I just couldn't pinpoint which Pixar movie it looked like too. It had like a Pixar-y
At
vibe,
first, it made me think
but
of
it
Up,
just felt more Ghibli. A
just in like
little
the
bit. The
flashbacks of,
animation style kind of looked like
just because of the flashbacks of him and his wife when they were going through the process of showing their lives
yeah.
together. It also reminded me of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia because they
Hmm.
did a spoof off of
They did do that.
Up.
They did. It actually has an animation style similar to we just watched it a couple times because my son loves the swimming and water part is Luca, which is a Pixar
It
movie.
was a good movie.
And it looks a little more animated. It's a good movie. I guess solid. We've watched it at least over 10 times now. And we're like, it's good.
Yeah, I think Zoe watched about 4 or 5
Uh,
when it first came out.
yeah, the thought of the whole thing seems sudden and unceremonious. A little bit. I think they're just kind of like, this is, it's just time for it to go. Sam Brown will be directing. We're just going to keep focusing on the new episode. We'll get into the other stuff when we get more announcing for it. So let's just focus on enjoying the episode we have in front of us. Like it's going Mary for One Piece. If you know, you know. Yeah, yeah, a little bit. Oh, the Hulu thing. I freaking loved that bit. That was such a fourth wall like Deadpool thing. I loved it. I love that Moon did it too. It's just like
I kind of want to see
we
Moon
can watch some
watching
of your favorite
Bob's,
shows.
like just in the background at one point, just one frame of Bob's on the TV. That would be amazing. Doubt it'll
Hmm.
happen, but
Literally, just all it needs to be is just a like the
yeah.
intro song, and just be like, Moon, we gotta go. All right,
Yeah, they don't have to show it. Just play the intro. It'd be perfect.
just play the intro. But no, I loved it. Where it's like she watched it on Hulu next
Wink.
day, and then like winks at the camera. I almost wanted to be like, "What are you talking? Who are you talking to, son? Don't worry about
He was channeling Wendy.
it." And then literally, and I just wanted him to be like, "Don't worry about it," and just like go off screen a little bit, just staring at the camera
Oh,
the
that would
whole
have been
time.
amazing.
And I know I'm on a show, Dad. It's fine.
They're our friends. They're
The
watching.
boat pic was in the background. The whole it was actually Christine. I noticed that too. That the Kathleen, it's the wedding picture with the family. It's in the background the entire time they're telling the stories. So it's never not in the like in the picture. Did anyone else think Moon watches Bob's Burgers because they have a subscription? I mean, apparently less Hulu. I was
That's why I
wondering that
mentioned that. I
too.
read that
I don't know.
earlier.
There's several shows I could see Moon watching. Honestly, like It's Always Sunny is something I could see Moon watching.
Jerry Springer
Um,
reruns.
he definitely, like he'd watch all kinds of stuff. Moon is somebody, and definitely nature documentaries and things. He'd be all over those things.
No, Dad, I
But
did not use your password to
let's
watch
see,
HBO's program Game of Thrones.
more or less of a jab at Fox. It could be a gentle jab at Fox, but I think it was playful enough. I think Fox enjoys it because they're part of the Disney Hulu umbrella now, so it's all good for them. If you watch it on Hulu, it just keeps it going. Yes, I thought they would find it on shore. I kind of still think they would, but it's okay that they don't. And who knows? The Kathleen could show up. Parts of it could show up in different places. No, but like, I'm Team Greta. Oh, we have some people. Team Greta and Team Allison. Carissa is someone I didn't expect. That's what I think. I think that's why they went Carissa. She's unexpected. She's more of the dark horse. I mean, Moon is like, that's his arch nemesis, his mom, essentially. But it was, and it's a good episode in season 4 where literally she's like, I want to make it not work and I want to separate my mom from your dad. But she's like, but your dad makes my mom happy and like happier than she's ever been. She's like, and I can't do that to my mom. So she's like, I just can't break this off. She's like, it's a good thing. She's like, if I have to be around you more, Moon, it's fine.
I'll deal with it.
So it's like, I think both of them, yeah, I think both of them are like, it's good for our parents. So why destroy it? But yeah, I do agree. Allison is they've they've shipped that like for 2 seasons, and then they were like once Beef was like, no, it's time to branch off. Allison was always around, but I think it was more flirtatious than anything. I think once he did kiss her on that episode, I think he was like, it's there, but it just doesn't make sense for
He's
him
just not
right
ready.
now. I was also thinking, yeah, he's not there yet. I also was thinking Moon's very much like my brother because he would like baby Beluga. Yeah, Moon's triptych is fun, where it's like a mixture of Free Willy meets Jaws. It's just like very odd. It had a Pixar short vibe. It did. Paperman is such a good one. Such a good Pixar
Oh,
short.
I couldn't remember that
You
one.
haven't
Yeah,
watched
that is a
that,
good
the one
one.
with the paper airplane? It's so good.
I mean, really, any of the
It's one of my
shorts are
favorite ones they've
amazing.
done. The shorts are. But yeah, no, it had that vibe as well. I just wish they would tell me which one, but they won't. They're gonna make me work for this. I have to do some deep dives. Luca is a good movie, I agree. Everyone should watch it. Elemental is also really good. It's underappreciated, but it's very good. And it's a good talking point about just America in general and the melting pot and like how we're just basically actually not a melting pot. It's more like we all just got to be there for each other. It's like part of that. I would have loved to see them have a sleepover telling stories of the past about. I honestly think we still might. That boat looked pretty rough, toasty. So I would expect we're going to see all the family
Oh
working on
yeah,
this boat. I mean, literally, it was like what
Anal
anal?
Breeze,
What was it? Canal? Was it anal
Canal Breeze,
breeze?
but yeah.
So, yeah, canal breeze. And honestly, he's got to repaint the boat and name it. So he's going to name it something else. So, because I doubt the boat that he inherited was called the Mighty Kathleen from, which we found he gets his boat from Delmer. So I don't think it's going to be named um, Canal Breeze. I don't think it will. I think he's going to repaint it. We're going to see the boat with a fresh coat of paint, and it'll have a new name. The real question too is, does this affect the intro of the show? Because it's usually the Mighty Kathleen they're all on, and now is it going to be the new
The
boat?
Anal Breeze.
So the Anal Breeze,
Maybe it'll be the Mighty Kathleen
or does
2.
it always just stay that? Maybe. I could also see him naming it something like Enough Said, or just like another reference to something else from the show. But we'll see. I'm down for it. I'm sure Wendy and Lizzie will steer the ship in the right
So the boat would be
direction.
named after Carissa. I don't know if he would do that.
I think that's
Yeah,
too
that's like
early.
that'd be a huge step for Beef.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be. I could see that being an episode where he names it that, and like she's flattered, happy, but also really confused and also very scared about what that
Yeah,
means. I could see that being an episode, and if it's not already, hey
writing
guys,
credit right there.
we could write it. We'll just get with everybody and write it. So that'll be something we'll work on. And just so you guys know, I already wrote it down, so it's happening. So don't steal it. What else? I do think that we will get a montage of them fixing up the boat, and I do hope it's a story like episode where everyone's telling stories about the boat. I think that'd be a good recap episode. I think it'd be a good backstory episodes too, because we got a lot of good stuff here with like Beef and Brian and like getting the boat and finding out Delmer like sold it to him. I think there's a lot of good history with that boat, and we could definitely put it to rest in a good
I would
episode
say,
or
yeah, it could be
two,
multiple
and
episodes.
then really celebrate the new one. I do think it could be. Would love to see them sleep there. Well, we got. I love the idea of them having a new funny boat name. I think it'd be cool. I wish like it was easier to, because we know that animation takes a long time. So it'd be really cool if they posted it on their page and they're like, help us name the boat, and it's a contest. But I think it'd be too hard unless they really plan on him not using that boat for a season. But we'll see.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Depending
we
on,
are
I
gonna
feel
have the
like they could
Carissa
edit it
bit.
really
It could be
quickly.
something.
Something that small. I mean,
Maybe that could be something we maybe ask
it's
them
way
about.
different compared to South Park, but it takes them 6 days to make an episode. So
Mhm.
to make a few changes for
That's
a boat
true.
name, I feel like they could do that pretty quickly if they needed to.
Especially if you thought it ahead, you could very easily only have the boat from one side.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't have to show the name until you wanted to. That's worth asking. I'll bring that up. When's the next episode? Great question. Thanks, Christine. Great question. I will try to find out. I haven't seen anything yet. And I think we're on a hiatus already from episodes. I think we don't get anything new for a while from Bob's or the Great North.
Bob's is the 29th is
I
the
think
next one.
29th, I think, is the next one. I don't think there's any
I
after that
yeah, I haven't
though.
looked that far.
I think we have a month off.
That's about normal. Actually, it'll probably be more than
Hmm.
that with
Yeah, it
the Super
looks.
Bowl.
Yeah, we're probably looking at like February or like late January. So it's probably going to be a while. That might be why when we've asked when like Brian's episode was airing and stuff like that, so we could try to plan something, he's like, I don't know. He's like, we just don't know yet. Fox hasn't given us a scheduling. And it's not just him saying that. We'll look, and it's not posted
Yeah,
anywhere. So it's a little because sometimes we're like, oh, they're on the show, they should know. They don't even
they're
know.
not the ones that pick the air times. That's all Fox.
No, that's Fox doing that. And with the, as Adam said, football and Super Bowl, it's going to be tricky. So we'll have to see what
Hopefully,
happens
we'll
with
get like
that.
last year at least, where we get like one in the middle of January, off February, and then back on in March,
Hmm.
like the rest of the season.
Yeah, that might be actually what
Actually,
ends up
last year it was
being.
later because we got one in January, one in March, and then it started back up in April for Bob's anyway.
Hmm. So it could just take a little while. We might get it like split up again until we get to the summertime where it literally kicks off. Or spring is usually pretty stable. Let's see. I think it might be because they got to add dirt to it since yeah, dirt hasn't really had a core memory on the boat yet. So that could be something too that happens, and then that could be part of the triptych, or that's on the boat. She has their moment. Um, what do you guys think about Green Chance being renewed if she's considering it has mass promotion supposed to start? I still think it's really high. I think it's the show has been critically acclaimed. It's been nominated for an Annie
Mm-hmm.
Award, which is huge for a lot of shows. Bob's gets nominated yearly. Great North is now getting noticed. I think they could have got one in season 3 too, but they only got one for 4. I think they could definitely get one for 5. Um, I think the more notice that you get critically, and the more that you can get people watching the show, especially like watch it on Hulu, guys, next day, it
Yep.
still counts. And catch up on all those old episodes. They're great. It's just as binge worthy as Bob's. And in a lot of ways, it's very different binging. Bob's a lot of times, like, I end up falling asleep to it. Great North, you'll fall asleep to it, but you laugh to it as well, and it's still great. It's such a fun show. So we rotate now between the two. Someone on Reddit seemed kind of well. That means they're going to kill the show. However, they also stated that the season ends in May. I think we're going to have a split season. Is what I'm going to
Yeah.
happen, maybe. I think it might because of, and usually a lot of that's going to be that speculation bit too. I mean, was there a ton of promotion for Bob's for this season? I didn't
I
really
don't
see
think
much
so.
either. Not that I can remember, at least. Um, so, it says it may end in May, but I do think it's going to be one of those like not ending in May, but like we're splitting the season up. Because the Great North is in this spot now where it's like a spring lineup show because they're trying to like split it up with other shows because there's so many now that's also an animation domination, which me and Mike have talked about extensively that they should just extend it, just make animation domination
Yeah.
bigger, or switch it to like not Sundays and make it Saturdays and do it after football games, or do half of it on Saturday nights and then the other half on Sunday nights and like just double up. I think it'd be fine. Um, but they haven't done it yet. Bodie McBoatface. Yeah, that'd be a name. I don't know if they'll do it, but maybe. They should have done a contest, but they still could. Very much could. Who knows? I'll ask them and see if we can, if that is in the cards. Did anyone notice the animation was so good you actually could see everyone's tongue and gums? Yes, the animation was top notch this episode. It's very well done. Like everything was pretty like crystal clear, very detailed. It was nice.
Especially for the stories.
It's like almost like Bob's movie quality. Like as much as Bob's has moved up to that quality level, the Great North definitely has too. The latest would be after the Super Bowl. Yeah, that's what I think the next episodes will be for most of the shows. After Bob's does theirs next week, I think like Crepopolis and them will have their last ones, the 29th, and then that's it. I went looking today but didn't find anything. Yeah, I don't think anything's listed yet because the scheduling department hasn't done anything, which is a mess. Let's hope things are going better in 25. I hope so. The strike really messed things up. I mean, Bob's people have said that to us. Wendy and Lizzie have said it to us, and even like Joel said it too. He's like, you just set things back
Sadly.
because like we would have scripts ready to go, but they're like, but we couldn't touch them. They would just have to sit there, and it's just like there's nothing we could do about it. So, because it's as the writers are on strike, they're like, they're not allowed to touch anything. So it's unfortunate. I'm then adding dirt into the intro. I know. I was looking for that. The intro didn't change much, but it could change next episode because now we have a new boat. Maybe they add Aunt Dirt into it. It's just different. So we'll have to see maybe if it changes. They only posted on socials. Yeah, I think they really just pushed it on social media. I didn't see anything like commercials and stuff. Split. Sorry. Yeah, I think it'll be split again, Yahoo, unfortunately. I think honestly the lineup with the Simpsons, the Great North, Bob's, and like Crapopolis was fine. But I know Universal's in there. And I think Universal could go on at the end and have Family Guy get added, and I think that it'd still do okay.
Oh yeah.
They're doing that live action show too, The Floor, which is a new season. Yeah, I could go without either of those.
I don't remember what that new Dennis Leary
Masked
show
Singer
is,
could
but I
go.
remember seeing one commercial, and I really want to watch it because I love him.
Yeah, he's good in pretty much anything he's in. So I'm
I just
fine
wanted to
with
stand
him.
up in the
Unless the
90s
animation quality keeps.
because we're old.
Yeah, it was good. Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm an asshole.
Such a good song.
That was such a good song. Mm-hmm. There's definitely a factor keeping me optimistic for renewal considering the budget must have increased. I don't know if it's the budget or just like the animation has just gotten good. So I think they found ways to kind of make it look good. The same thing with Bob's. It's the same team. It's the same like production crew. I think there's still only like 6 or 7 people working on it, but they just have really gotten good at tightening everything down and making it solid. It's pretty incredible seeing how they do this and do the
They all
timelines.
got practice during the movie.
I mean, the Masked Singer gets promoted so much; it's just obnoxious. Like, I don't
Yeah.
care.
That show has never interested
Don't
me.
care.
I'm not
No,
much
it
for reality
didn't.
TV though.
Rescue Me is a great show. No, I'm not either. It's cheap, and that's why
Except
they
for
make
Queer
it.
Eye. We've been watching that this week.
But no,
Love it.
that's fine. I like Queer Eye a lot. There's a lot of drama, sorry, that's going on with that. So, with Bobby being dismissed, not being told about it, like there's a lot of
Oh, I
stuff
didn't
going on
realize he
with
was
that.
dismissed.
But
I
I
thought
really,
he left. I thought Bobby had too much work to do because his is the hardest job out of all. I thought it
well, I
just
think he
became too much
wasn't.
for him.
Well, I think he wasn't even asking for a lot. I think it was simply just they all said yes, and he had some prior engagement he had to do with another, like his own like home work show. And he's like, can we just schedule it around that? And they just didn't call him back and just
Hmm.
moved on without him. And it was like, that's really shitty. 'Cause Bobby's like
That
a great person on that show.
that is shitty if that's the case. Because I loved
Yeah.
Bobby.
Yeah, Bobby's probably my favorite part of it. There's a new Dennis Leary show. Yeah, with Phil McHale. Nick Cannon has to. Yes, Christine. I think he has 12 or 11 now. Nick Cannon. It just makes me think Chappelle show. Nick Cannon's hilarious, Dad. Yeah, Nick Cannon ain't paying the bills. But yeah, he's paying it now with Mass Singer. Like somehow he keeps hosting stuff. I don't even think Nick Cannon's that funny, but supposedly he just keeps finding these jobs. Hey guys, happy Christmas Eve. Hey Devil Horns. Did you
Happy
guys watch
Christmas
the
Eve
Great?
Eve.
Yeah. Did you get to sneak in and watch Great North? Did you find it on the interwebs? Mass
Playing on the
Singer,
dark web.
yeah, McDonald's and Mass Singer. Yeah, those go hand in hand. I'm surprised they haven't made a sandwich yet. Guess what meat products on this sandwich? Just wrap it in something weird colored.
There's no such thing as a turkey burger.
Love After Lockup is trashy and so addictive. All those things are addictive because it's a train wreck. You're just watching a train wreck happen. Like Love is Blind is a train wreck. But as a
It does make
therapist,
you feel normal though.
I watch it just to be like, this person is not good for this person. Just like this is not going to work out, and then it doesn't.
We did
Do
watch
you
Love is
like
Blind
the?
during the lockdown.
Yeah, we did too. Do you like the idea, like 2 episodes ago, where the kids are watching TV and the Tobin should watch Bob's Burgers in the beginning of the episode? I kind of would like that. I just know they never will do it. It'll be a
I don't
fan
even
made
need him
thing
to
if they
talk about it.
do. No, I don't need them to talk about it at all. I would be
I want it to
fine
be
if,
like Bob's with the Sofa Queen, where they're having a
yeah.
conversation and you happen to look at the TV and you just see a quick glimpse of her.
Hmm.
I just want to see like the storefront of the restaurant or
Yeah.
the restaurant front.
Like the intro would be fun. I even
Yeah,
think it'd be fine, literally, if there is just a cap on some sailor's head or from the cruise ships that says Bob's Burgers. Because then
that
it's
would
just
be
like,
nice
oh,
too.
they must be from Jersey and they just took a cruise out to Alaska. And it's like, oh, that's kind of fun. So that could be cool. Or if the Tobins, I don't think Bob will ever order fish, but it'd
No,
be interesting if the fish said like from like Lone Moose, Alaska. So that would be fine. I know Teddy ordered salmon once, and I thought that was their one bit to maybe do it and be like, "Where's it
I
from, Teddy? Lone Moose. Sounds
I
like a
could see
weird
Bob
town."
doing it, not for the restaurant, but for like a fancy dinner that he's cooking for a guest, like he did with Steve, the
Hmm.
archaeologist.
Or the fish odors or something, or even like
Yeah,
Calvin says, like, "I got this expensive fish from Alaska. What's it called? I don't know. Something, whatever." And like just like rambles it off.
it'd be nice to. It'd be funny to see the like a sideshow poster of Bigfoot at the
Hmm.
war, just way in the
That'd be
background.
fun
That'd be a
too.
nice little
Yeah.
Easter egg.
But yeah, I think what you guys are looking for is Easter eggs, which we like too. I think any of those things, like just acknowledging that both universes exist in the same one, would be cool. Um, they will never do a crossover though. It's not happening. I know Lauren has said it won't happen. It gets
He
asked, I
also,
think, every Comic Con. We're like, no. But he's like, it
but
could
he
be
also
hidden.
said years ago that we would never see like an episode off of a side character's perspective. It's always focused on the
Hmm.
Belchers, but then we got that Rudy episode.
Hmm. And Zeke.
So,
So I think it's like
yeah.
slowly it's been changing a little bit. I do think if they do it, it'll be sneaky. It won't be
Oh yeah.
directly in your face. It's gonna be very sneaky, and it'll be like if you know, you know. And
Yep.
then if you bring it up, they'll be like, I don't know what you're talking about. Not even for money. I don't think they would. I mean, you have to think about it. Like Lauren's an executive producer on The Great North, so for him, it doesn't matter. Money's not the thing. I think it's just the idea of they just don't want them existing together. They're
It could
separate.
complicate things.
He's not. Oh, you gotta pay for his football team. But yeah. Wait, why would you never get a crossover? It would be so good. Oh, I mean, I think it would be great too, but I don't think they'll do it. It's just something that's like one of Lauren's like rules. You just don't do it. I know they did the Archer one, but it was like very. They're just so different from each other.
And that was Archer that did it. Like, I mean, granted they had to
Hmm.
get permission, but it wasn't Bob's doing an Archer crossover. It was Archer doing a Bob's.
They do leave it to fan art or fan fiction. That's usually where they leave it. Because I've like drawn tons of crossovers just for fun, and they're like, yeah, and that's usually where it'll stay. Like it just can't exit that. How would it
Yeah.
complicate? I don't think it would, Cello. I think it's just
I
more
said
of a
it would
principle
complicate
thing.
things just because I could see it with us, how fans look into the shows so much. If something happens on Bob's, they're going to expect it to happen
Hmm.
on the Great North as well, and I feel like they'd want to just stay away from that completely.
Because then it's going to become like, okay, we did it once. Can they do it again? We want them to like, can like Tina and like Judy be pen pals because they're boy crazy? Then it becomes like, why are they not there all the time? And I think what they're trying to do is keep it as separate as they can. Like the Belchers are who they are, Tobins are who they are. They're different. Because I think also the issue is a lot of people clump the Great North together with Bob's, and that
Yeah.
actually may have hurt it at the beginning when it first started getting like its own audience, is that people just kind of wrote it off as like, oh, this is like Bob's Burgers light, but in Alaska. And I think that hurt it a lot. And now they're really trying to separate the two and be like, no, these are different shows. They're different things. They're different. Give them a shot, kind of thing. Like Central Park, yeah, is another one. It is, think, a moral standpoint, yeah. That was, yeah. And Central Park is the same thing. Like, and I mean, Jersey and New York are literally a bridge apart, a tunnel and whatever.
Yeah.
But no, they wouldn't do it. Like, no, like it would make perfect sense for the Belchers to go to Central Park. That'd be a cheap
Oh yeah.
vacation for them, but they don't go. So it's just doesn't happen. And I think it'd be hilarious. Like literally, Central Park family, the Tillmans break into a song, and the Belgians think, "What is happening?" They're like, "Why is everyone singing?" Gene would be like, "Just go with it." It could
And
be funny,
Louise
and he would
would.
play keyboard. Like Louise would have been like chaos. We would have had animated like Barobu battles with like fistipuffs. Like it could have been fun, but again, it's a moral thing. It's like we're not doing it. As Bob says, it's the principle of the thing. Just don't do it. They're separate. Because then I think if one show like Central Park is on Apple, and Apple's like, yeah, we don't mess with Fox. So you have to think about it. Sometimes it's licensing too. I know Bob's is Disney and Great North is Fox. So as much as they're the same, they may not also play well all the time. So it just may be weird. Would have been Easter egg Great North fans. No, I want it, Jello, badly. It'd be great. And I think they still might sneak it, but it can't be so in your face. It has to be like overt. Feel the best left the fandom as well. Maybe all the small Easter eggs here and there was never the focus. It can't be the focus. I agree with you, Kraut. It can't be. It's got to be subtle. And I think it's more like if you're a fan of both, you'll get it. And I
Yep.
think that's kind of how it needs to be. Otherwise, it's going to cause a rift or a problem. So I think, I mean, just stuff like Predator and Predator, I'm sure that's a licensing thing, but they got away with it. Probably because they didn't so inherently steal it scene for scene. They played with it. So I think it's got to be similarly done. Like Blade Runner is the same. It's usually like Fox properties. You can run with those kind of things because they technically Disney owns them, but you got to be careful. So I think they do what they can and wiggle when they can. That makes Tina just technically, yes. It does make Linda one too, in some ways. She's a queen.
And
So yeah.
Louise.
And Louise, yeah, Louise is a princess. Right up there
Gina
with
would want
the
to be a Disney princess.
yeah. Gene would be a good one too. Keyboard
Yes.
princess. But yeah, just like Vanellope Pond, Sweet, and all those other ones, they're princesses. But we forgot to even get into the triptychs, guys. We didn't even get into it. The first one, Moon, is it's Jaws themed and Free Willy themed. It's hysterical that the boat gets trampled and destroyed by whales, but it saves all the other boats.
It's art
And that
imitating
literally,
life, except
yeah,
it wasn't
really.
a Mega Millionaire's yacht.
No, but yeah, it's getting the job done. And I do love that literally the mayor is just like, I declare this water safe. And then Santiago gets carried away. He's like, I'm glad you killed me first.
I'm not very good at making decisions. I did love Moon's whale onesie. That was amazing.
That was fun. I hope that gets done. Also, this part too, the mix of fire and water, the hot spicy chips with which basically is Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
It's just like you got to mix the two.
I mean, that's hot
No,
Cheetos and Mountain Dew right there. That's
Christine,
the college experience.
I believe our entire group is that, and that's why it works so well. We're all on the same wavelength, and we're just like, oh, but this and this and this and this, and then we're like, oh wait, we got to get back to this. We're all on the same page. It's fine. I love Santiago though, 'cause it's like at least they thought of me and they killed me off first.
I'm happy to be
So
involved.
yeah, it's great. Then I know Judy tried to do her like mime one, and they're like, no. Just like absolutely no. And that the bit was just Judy farted at at the fair and killed a bird. It
The
just
bird fell
died
out of the sky.
because your fart was so bad, Judy.
That was amazing.
Um, that was good. Wolf was Back to the Future, and I think that was fun. And then
That
he
was my
just
favorite.
totally didn't. Yeah, he didn't close the loophole at all. So it's just like, oh, we're fading, God. And then I love
I
that Dirk's
loved
just like,
that. I love that high school beef still looked like a 40-year-old.
yep. I just loved the two that when they all disappeared, literally like Dirt's just like, now we're quiet. It's like she's like, this is nice. This is just her and Honeybee, they're the only ones left.
Oh, this is nice.
That was fun. And then I did enjoy Honeybees the most. We've been talking about it off and on, so we don't have to spend a ton of time on it. But it was really pretty. It was really cute, and it was the perfect send off. And I love that she called them out. Like, you can't just lie to your dad.
Yeah.
Just tell him what happened. It'll be fine.
I love that she's
And it
always the
really
voice of
was.
reason.
Hmm. Well, she's the outsider, and I think like he's like Tobin's just don't show emotion the Tobin's way, and they're like she's like that's dumb. Stop doing that. And I think more than
Fix it.
not, she's been right. Just shut it off, shut it down. So I'm glad that it got done the way it needed to be done. I loved how Beef was like a colonial looking costume in the back. Yes, literally. And I love that like, where's my grandparents that I've never actually seen before? And there's like probably in their cult or in jail. It's pretty much where they're always at. So we're not going to see his parents. It's just never going to happen. So I guess we just have to get used to that too.
It'll be like
But
Ginger on Bob's.
Honeybee is a fairy godmother. She is. She is our queen bee. And it's good to have her because she is the voice of reason and she can go with the toe and she can be just as crazy as they are at times and get overboard. But when it comes to emotional stuff, she can be pretty logical, especially with them. With her own family, she struggles a little bit. With her and Jerry, she's hard for her to manage. But with the Tobin, she can kind of see through what they're doing and just be like, guys, this isn't gonna help. This actually makes things worse. So it's nice to have her around. And I just forgot and just remembered we forgot to do Sam's Corner. So let me go ahead and do that really quick before I forget. Let me post that and see if I can do that. That's not cool. How do I do that? How do I do this? Oh, we can probably just show it here real quick. All right, guys, let's go ahead and have Sam share his little bits about the episode, and then we'll recap, finish up, and then we'll send you guys on your merry way to get ready for Christmas. So here we go. I think it starts with this.
Hello and a very good evening to you. Hope you're having a good day so far. I'm Sam, aka To Lone Moose and back, coming to you here on From North to Wharf with the first of a brand new segment that we're calling the Lone Moose Minute, where I give some of my thoughts in just a few minutes on the latest episode of The Great North. And season 5 got underway last night with the Lies Aquatic Adventure. And I won't be lying when I say that I went into this episode a bit skeptical at first, because going going by the official synopsis that we were given, I was thinking, oh, we're going to get another anthology episode akin to such past adventures as Wanted Delma Alive, Enough Bed, and Bad Speecher. The latter, of course, being the premiere to season 4. So having another season opener that followed that 3-story format, you can see why I was a bit hesitant about it. And while we did end up getting that, it turned out to be, in my opinion, a very good episode, and the best so far to involve that 3-story concept. It was just really interesting to hear the different and imaginative ways that the Tobins wanted to tell Beef that the mighty Kathleen went missing, from Moon's action hero killer whale tale to Wolf's fantastic Back to the Future parody, where we got to hear Kathleen speak for the first time, and Honeybee's heartwarming story with that beautiful soft art style and its ability to really hit you right in the feelings. They made for a superb outing with the best animated Alaskan family. And the subplot involving Beef and Carissa, also known as Beefrissa, that's what I'm going to be calling them, at the Death Cliff Resort was also highly enjoyable to watch. There's something quite like seeing Beef enjoy himself and get excited over such things as being in a soft dressing gown, asking if he's the king of the towels, taking more ice than needed, and having a great time in a hot tub, all while being only 30 miles from his home. Also, Wendy and Lizzie Molyneux, hats off to you, because you two did a fantastic job at writing this episode and at inserting some cracking lines and jokes into it. My favourites were the running gag of the Tobins mentioning Judy farting a bird out of the sky and her reactions to it, and Moon's rather subtle way of breaking the fourth wall and mentioning Hulu when talking about what Beef has given them. In fact, I enjoyed that Hulu joke so much that I watched the episode the first time I had to rewind and watch it again. Plus, that wink really helped to make the joke just that bit better, in my opinion. Now, back in July at Comic-Con, Wendy and Lizzie mentioned in an interview that there would be a big change where something or someone was lost. And while I certainly didn't expect that to be the mighty Kathleen, it made for a very interesting plot piece. I just hope that Gary Gubbins is very happy with his purchase and that the Tobins will grow to enjoy the anal breeze. Sorry, I mean the canal breeze. Can't forget about that. It's certainly going to be weird not seeing them aboard the mighty Kathleen going forward, but it's like Honeybee said, sometimes you have to just let things go. So overall, I'll be giving the Lies Aquatic Adventure a solid 8 out of 10. It was a great start to Season 5, and hopefully that great start will continue when the show returns next year. And that brings the first edition of the Lone Moose Minute to a close. Hope you have enjoyed watching and listening. Massive thanks to Mike, JB, and the rest of the incredible From North to Wharf team for letting me be a part of them and come on board. Make sure to give them a follow on Instagram and Twitter/X at From North to Wharf if you are new around here and haven't done so already. And also subscribe to their YouTube channel that you're watching this live stream on right now. And if you want to check out my pages on Instagram and Twitter/X, I'm at To Lone Moose and Back, where I upload quality Great North content ranging from news and clips to Moon Monday, where we celebrate our favourite bear suit wearing 10-year-old Tobin every Monday, to the Great North question of the day, where I test your general knowledge of the show. But until next time, take care, Lone Moosers, and I'll see you again soon with another Great North episode review here on the Lone Moose Minute.
God, he sounds so good.
I want him to narrate my life.
Literally, it's like David Attenborough. So good. Thank you, Sam, for doing that. I mean, it always just sounds so professional. Like he has a script. If he doesn't, wow. But
It's impressive if
yeah,
not.
he makes us look like we do ramble. I'm not gonna lie, we do. So
Yep.
he just makes it look so much better. He did what we did in 4 minutes. It's like, man, but no. Good job, Sam. And yeah, if you guys love the Great North and you just stumbled upon it, or we've helped you find it, or you already knew about it, just give him a follow, because like the the trivia is great. The news he finds is solid. He always checks his sources like we do. He wants to make sure that it's done right. And he's always been like a top-notch person. So if you love the Great North, give Sam a follow. From
Rough and
Lone Moose
Peach.
to back. From Lone Moose and back. It's just, yeah, Sam's a great guy. But, well, guys, that is it for this week, because there isn't much else to talk about. So, if there are any last comments or words before we wrap things up today?
Anybody get their Toddland Funko?
Ooh, mine isn't gonna come till after the holidays. I told him it had to wait a little bit. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
his trivia is great. Daniel. Like I play it all the time. I'm pretty right. Not always. Sometimes he does deep dives like we do, or I'm between two, and I'm like, crap, I don't know. But no, it's good. He does deep dive trivia like we do with Bob's. He just does it with the Great North.
If you and Mike do Great North, you should use him as your ringer and have him write your questions.
I actually think that could be in the works. I think that might be January's thing. So it might be doing a Great North trivia with some Great North prizes. So if you haven't
Ooh.
brushed up, brush up because I think we're looking at like pins and I think we're looking at some other stuff as well. Maybe a signed shirt from like Aparna and Wendy who does Moon's voice. So there could be some cool stuff. So we'll keep you posted. We're just trying to finalize all that stuff. Okay, Christine, happy holidays. And we will see you next week for trivia. So let's go ahead and do our lovely wrapping of things up. So we'll wrap this up real nice, like a little present and the bow on top. So that'll wrap up things for this week, guys. Mike will be back next week. So we need to do huge appreciation for Zen Master Flash here for coming on for what,
My
3 weeks
pleasure.
in a row? 4 weeks, 3 weeks
Yep.
in a row,
3 or 4.
4 weeks. Yeah, but thank you for coming on. He's literally always our like third anchor with Abby, and we appreciate him a lot for what he does for the show and how he helps us out all the time. So, Adam, thank you so
Anytime.
much for that. We do have a Patreon page, guys. If you're not a follower of it or on it, you can be. It just helps kind of keep lights on. It helps us ship out the plush dangler keychains. It helps us get stuff like this and send it out. The sock stack for Bob's Burgers. It helps us send out those calendars. We don't keep it. It really just goes to like Restream, sending out prizes, getting prizes, and getting stickers to give away at Comic-Con and to give you guys when you win prizes. So we don't keep any of it. It just goes back into the show. So if you guys are able to support us, we appreciate it. If not, we still appreciate you guys coming out every week and checking us out. But if you feel like you want to help us a little bit more, that'd be great. It's just at the top of the page. And we're going to do some new tiers for that. So just be on the lookout. We'll probably do that on January. We'll give you new tier lists and what those are going to look like for Patreon. We're going to try to offer you guys more with that. If you want to check out our Threadless shop, it's from North of Warp at threadless.com. And there's all our Christmas stuff. We're going to have new stuff out next year. We're already looking at some Squid Game ideas, possibly. One Piece also could be something we're thinking about. We have 3 already that are going to come on in January, and then we'll keep some of the classics, and we'll keep maybe some of the holiday ones that really did well. And we'll see how that goes. Cool. Yeah, everybody gets shout outs. That's fine. People deserve shout outs. But yeah, happy holidays, everybody. Stay warm. We'll see you guys for trivia for Bob's Burgers trivia. It's only Christmas episodes. We'll see you on the 30th for that, starting at 8. And then we'll welcome in the new year with you guys then. See you guys. Have a good
Bye,
week.
guys.
And let me go ahead and find our ending, which is right now.